Welcome back, everybody. I'm Mr. Nino Barksdale, the creator of Diecast City and the creator of the YouTube channel Toying Around Studios, and this is Chapter 4. If I had to explain or describe what the show is, it's pretty much if Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Pulp Fiction had a baby, this show would be the monstrosity that was born. But no, and all jokes aside, this really just pretty much, this is my love letter to all of those great series of the early 2000s. You know, The Sopranos, The Wire. Also a love letter to directors like Quentin Tarantino, Martin Scorsese.
Hurry up and move those boxes.
And the series kicks off with a Big Gallows crew. Matty G, newly made man. That's Big Gallows' younger brother. You know, he's got done pulling off a hijack. That's one of the major rackets that they take care of: loan sharking, drug trafficking, and hijacking.
Alright, I hear you, Vic.
And Big Gallows, he's the capital regime of the crew.
Hey, Bobby, just make sure those Mama Lukes don't break nothing. Frankie, ciao, come stai?
We got a problem.
Wait, what part?
In the last episode, Frankie's warehouse, he's running the drug operation. And last episode, a group of bikers robbed the stash house. And they caught one of them. So now they're trying to get information out of him.
Pop my head in and see what's what.
We're at the other place. You know the office.
Just don't do nothing extreme. You know, I want to have some fun too.
Yeah.
Hey, Bobby.
It's fun shooting these type of scenes, you know, because I always try to figure out a different way how they shoot violence. I can't do the same thing because then it gets boring. So, I wanted to make sure I had centralized lighting to where it focused on the victim, and then the whole area around him is darker. So we'll come back and forth to this scene. This is just the first part of it, So this is going to be a major part of this episode or this chapter. Is trying to get the information from the bikers.
And get our dope back.
And then now we're going to Marcellus Wallace. He's the drug kingpin of the city. He has his own organization. Apart from the mafia, his organization is Get Money Team, GMT. And his right hand man is Jules.
That gives me a peace of mind. But what about
Perry? So right now he's at his penthouse up there looking like a king.
If it ain't one thing, it's the motherfucking other.
I like how this came out. I use green screen to capture. Obviously, I use green screen. I can't really make a full city landscape. That's a little bit out of my means. But I think the green screen effect came out pretty good. Most of my stuff is practical. I don't use a lot of green screen. Just if it calls for it.
Right there. Wait, is all this necessary? I'm a victim here.
This right here is the bikers that robbed the mafia stash house or warehouse.
Oh no, you think I'm suicidal?
And now,
got my head blown off. Now that don't sound like a bad
I
idea.
use a lot of anthropomorphic animals to flesh out the biker club. Right now, I don't have I created some biker vests for them, and they all have them now. But in this particular episode, they're not wearing them because I was still kind of figuring out how I wanted to make them and who I wanted to be in the biker club. So right now you got Throttle, the Biker Mice from Mars. Throttle, he's the president. Wild Wing from the Mighty Ducks, he's the VP, he's the vice president. And we just have a couple of the other characters, Moto. I can't remember all of their names. I think Grim, Nosedive. Yeah. These shows are old, but the toys I was able to get them. I like collecting these from pretty much from the 90s. I got them off of eBay for a very good price. If you ever want to get, the key to getting stuff off of eBay is not to get anything individually. Try to get a lot. It's actually just get a lot, not a lot of stuff, but just it's called lots.
So what you find out?
And they usually come in bunches
That's
And you
nuts.
get like 5
I can look at
figures
him
for like a
thinking
good
that
price,
much.
and rather buy one
Tell these guys to take a
individually,
walk.
it'll cost more. So
You
that's
too,
what I did
Frankie.
for a lot of
Go
these
hit the
characters.
street. Find the rest of the money.
Sure thing.
I'll stay here with our friend.
And now we're back to
Hey, you alive in there?
we're back
Go
to
ahead and
like this is
take
the
off
biker that got caught, Vinny.
Oof, Madon. They gave
So
you a
you
shellac.
see, looking at his eye, they gave him the works.
Doesn't matter anyways, as long as you can hear.
I ain't saying shit. I've been through worse.
Now, I don't know what you and your little biker friends thought y'all were doing. You guys were gonna rob the place,
Very
right off
eerie
in the
scene.
sunset, huh?
Who the fuck you supposed
The
to
lighting
be?
came out really well in this
My
one,
brothers won't stand by this shit.
especially
Allow me to
with,
introduce
Vic.
myself. I'm Vic the Blade, and I'm what you would call an enthusiast of medieval
And
torture.
this scene right here is a,
Tape up his
is a
mouth.
homage
I don't wanna hear him
to
scream.
Reservoir Dogs. The character Vic in
You
my
ever listen to
series,
K. Billy's Super
is,
Sounds of the
played by
70s?
the figure is from Reservoir Dogs, Mr. Blonde, and there's a very popular scene where he tortures a cop in the same fashion. Same song, same music, same dancing. Just if you ever get a chance, definitely check out that clip. Or even watch the movie. The movie's worth the watch. It's one of Quentin Tarantino's very first movies. And it's definitely overlooked in his later years. You know, people tend to always think about Pulp Fiction or Kill Bill, or most recently was it Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But for the most part,
Let me get a quarter ounce.
Quentin Tarantino's work gets a lot of shine in my series. And now we're back with Perry and his crew. You know, Perry, he had to relocate. You know, they couldn't. The cops kicked him off of the court because Perry dropped the body over there. And right now, there's a heavy investigation going on. So Perry, you know, he thinks that he's in the clear, but you know, it's not that simple. You know, so yeah, he found a new spot for them to start slanging again. They're making some money, but you're gonna show that Jules and Marcellus, they don't want him out there in the streets no more. They want him to kind of lay low and kind of be shadowing people.
Man, fuck Officer Nick. He one of them dirty train day type niggas.
He's straight for a pig. I mean, he give a nigga a fair one.
Whatever. You need to worry about that.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot coming from Perry. You know, he's gonna start learning. Like, I want this show to have characters that, you know, they may start off being like a bad character, but then they end up learning, they mature, they grow. Different things that happen changes them around, and some of the characters that you liked in the beginning, they may make some bad moves.
Take it, hold it down.
You know, now, I take that from The Wire. You know, if you watch the series The Wire, like no characters, not everything is black and white.
Don't
You
worry
know,
about
a good guy could do bad stuff. A bad guy could have a heart. A bad guy could have a redemption. So that's where I'm really trying to. I try to write that, you know, in my scripts and my character development. I want the characters to feel real.
Man, you too hot.
Come on, man. It's been a week. The police ain't looking for me.
It's a
I
homicide.
have to have a scene showing them driving around.
Statute of limitations.
I like how it came out.
I tell you,
You see the buildings moving around. Just like the driving scenes, a good driving scene is always crucial when you're doing stop motion.
if I tell you to,
You know,
nigga, your
whether
uncle feels
you-
you've been underutilized.
You know, you
giving you
use like a
chance
remote
to step up,
control
learn
car,
the
or
business.
you're sliding stuff in the background, like picture by picture, frame by frame.
Hey, what's the name of that
It
joint?
could be
You're talking about
tedious
Freddie with the
at
big
best. But I think it was very rewarding.
Yeah, he owes me a favor.
Members
Yeah,
only.
let me see him. I need to pick something up for my good mom.
Here's the D'Amico family, Nicky Cowboy.
Whoa, look who it is. Frankie Miami. I heard you ran into a little bit of trouble.
I'm
So,
sure you did, Nicky.
so Frankie's trying to figure out if anybody in the neighborhood has any information on the bikers,
I was at a friend's
where
bar mitzvah.
where they may
I had
be
no
at.
idea
So
what-
he's reaching out to Nicky
What about you,
Cowboy.
Louie?
But, you
No,
know,
I ain't
Nicky
hear
Cowboy
nothing.
being a little smart
Son,
ass.
I don't
You
know
know,
what's
they're
going on.
rivals. Like, Nicky Cowboy he's part of the D'Amico family. Ricky Miami's a made guy in a Tarantino family, so there's rivalry. And in this world, I created there's four mafia families because it's pretty much based off of New York. In New York, they got the five families: the Lucchese's, the Gambinos, the Genoveses, Bonanos, and Colombos. So in this series, I have four mafia families, and they all have different figures that make them. So for the D'Amicos, it's the Simpsons characters. For the Tarantinos, I have a lot of WWE figures, Marvel Legends figures, the Reservoir Dogs figures, just more humanoids. They look more like humans. And then I got the other two I have is the Capricci family, but I'll go into those a little bit later when the time comes.
I am glad you kept up your end of the bargain.
Well, some things are more urgent.
And here we go with the bikers. I really wanted to make them their main income in their rackets is that they do a lot of gun running, gun smuggling. So pretty much like the Sons of Anarchy, Sam Pro. So I just pretty much just kept that going.
Be rude, but I have other shit to do. Mr. VP will take over.
So throughout the whole city, if you want to get any like military assault rifles, any type of rocket launchers, anything like that, the bikers have the pipeline to that. So every organization has something, and there needs to be something to be a bargaining chip.
Throttle, you mind telling me what the fuck you're doing? We had this deal set up for weeks.
You take care of it, Wild Wing. Vinny's out there. I don't know about you, brother. I can't sit with that.
These right here definitely.
Don't follow me.
I had these when I was a child. I had
my brother too.
When I was a kid. I used to have the Biker Mice and Mars. I used to love watching the show. They had all their bikes, the motorcycles, helmets. So since growing up, I got rid of them back in my youth. But now, as I got older, I was able to find these on eBay as well. All of the bikes, all of the helmets. It was fun. It was fun recapturing that part of my childhood.
Hey Rocco, take it easy with those rims over there. You've been over there for 10 fucking minutes.
Yeah, this is Big Dino.
Frankie, would you take a look at this car?
So, like I said, Frankie's just making his rounds. Like he's a guy. He knows how to get information. He tried to reach out to Nicky Cowboy. Nicky Cowboy kind of gave him the runaround. So now he's reaching out to Dino. He's another member in the Tarantino family, but he works at the auto body shop. So like a lot of stolen cars come here. So he would know about the bikers because he's kind of a little bit of a greaser.
Where can I find these fucking degenerates?
So it just shows that Frankie's a resourceful guy. He knows how to get information.
Down there in Midville. I don't know exactly where, but if you drive around enough, you'll find them.
All right, Dino. Thanks for the tip.
Glad I can help. Just don't forget about Big D.
And also just showing that there's more people in the family than just the Gallo crew. There's a lot of other members that I have. I try to utilize everybody, some more than others.
Yo, Ski.
And then this is TK reaching out to Skeet, cousin Skeeter. But so this is pretty much just showing that so all these characters, they're part of the GMT, the Marcellus Wallace crew. So Marcellus Wallace is a big drug kingpin, but he has a lot of front businesses. He has the boxing gym. That's where he does like boxing promoting. And then TK, he runs the barber shop. So that's like another front. They distribute drugs out of there. They have money. But then they had this rim shop. And the rim shop is where they wash a little bit more of the money. And it just, like I said, it just shows that this organization, they have a lot of different fronts and ways to legitimize their drug income.
Come on. God dang lights.
Yeah. So then Frankie finally Frankie, he remembers the tattoo on Vinny. He sees a tattoo over there, so he knows that they're part of the same club, so he's on to him. He's on to something.
So what's this I hear? Your crew had a little trouble?
What? Is there a fucking gossip column I haven't heard about?
We got more Reservoir Dog characters. Mr. White.
So what happened, Vic?
It's not one in the warehouse got hit by
real actor Harvey Keitel. Harvey Keitel is just a legend. He's been in the game. Just as long as De Niro, Pacino, all of those guys. One of his very first movies that I really watched was Mean Streets. And then obviously Reservoir Dogs. But he's definitely has that mob that mob element
confused.
to his
That director.
his acting,
Never heard.
especially with the suit.
Psycho.
Him and Michael Madison.
The guy who
You know,
eats
very,
people?
other than him
Not a
being
cannibal.
Mr. Blind, he was
Don't you
also
know cinema?
was a Sonny Black and Donnie Brasco. So I try to find some authentic mob looking people, mob looking actors to flesh this out.
Hey, Frank.
Now, is my accent good? Do I sound like him? Nah, I don't think so. But I'm trying my best. I'm trying to taking some acting classes and some.
Said he spotted one.
Got a voice coach.
Followed him up to a bar.
Nah, but seriously, I think I get better as the show goes.
Nah, don't do nothing. Better yet, come back over to the fish market.
So Frankie, that's it. Frankie located. He knows where the bikers hang out at.
No,
So
he's too busy worrying about the docks and the labor unions. He wants me to make sure you're taken care of. As long as the money's is coming in, he ain't worried about nothing. You don't need to know nothing.
Yeah.
Keep me in touch. All right, Angie.
And
No worry.
that character, he's the consigliere of the family. So he's like another top administrative position. And now we go back to the Apex Predators back at their clubhouse.
See you here. I figured
And
you
then
still
we
be
got
on, huh?
This is Vinny's song.
you got the VP, you got Wild Wing and Throttle. Throttle's finally softening up. He's getting down on himself. Because he feels. But he's the president though. He can't look weak. He has to keep that.
Son of a bitch.
He has to keep that strength up. Because people see that, they're gonna start second guessing him. So Wild Wing is kind of reaffirming that. No man, though you can't be hard on yourself, dude. Like you made a mistake, yeah, but we'll find Vinny. We'll get
Now
him.
it's important we stay strong.
So
I'm with
Wild
you
Wing is
100%,
showing that he's
but
still
we can't
loyal.
look
He knows
weak.
his role.
Yeah,
He
you're
knows
right.
he's
Let me pull it
not
together.
president. Peace.